I wanna go home.
Oh.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Cama Lounge. I'm Jose.
And your girl Marielle.
All right, and let's address the elephant in the room. There's sunlight in the window.
Yay!
Oh, and our co-host Abby isn't here. I wonder why.
Pew, 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 pew.
Just kidding. Abby's not feeling well, so he's gonna miss this episode, and hopefully he doesn't miss any other episodes after this. But we wish him well. Yeah, he should be back and feel better, Abby.
Shout out to you.
Oh yeah, what's going on, Marielle?
What's up? A few days until Valentine's Day. Any plans?
Any plans? I can't disclose that information at the moment. But it's been snowing a lot. Did you go outside and play with the snow?
No, I didn't.
No, you're not a big snow person.
Yeah, I just have nobody to go outside and play with. Like, I'm not gonna go and play by myself in the snow.
I guess you can hit up your friends. You can hit me up. I like building snowmen, snow angels.
Okay.
All that good stuff.
How about snowball fight?
Snowball. You can't play with the snow without a snowball fight. Yes.
You know what I've been wanting to kind of play with the snow? Football.
Football? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I remember playing when I was younger, going outside, with my cousins, my brother and sister, everybody, all the teens and stuff. And we just walk out in the snow, play, run, get tired, peed on myself. I peed on myself one time. I was really young. It was really cold and I had to pee and I peed on myself. But
you're all wet anyway, so.
That's a story for a different day. I wish I had I don't wish yet, but if I had kids, to play with the snow.
Right. Because I feel like the kids nowadays, they don't even go outside and play.
Yeah, they be in the tablets, PS4, Fortnite.
Building stuff in what's the name of that game? Minecraft
or Roblox,
right,
whatever.
When you can go right outside and just get creative that way,
But part of it, I hope, is because of the quarantine and the whole pandemic, and that's why they're not going outside.
True.
Yeah.
We do forget that's going on sometimes.
But speaking about kids, how do you feel if you were a kid?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what would your kid self say to you today? Or would your kid self be proud of who you are right now today?
Sometimes I sit back and not that I'm not proud of myself at the moment. I just feel like I have potential and I can be so much further if I was just to maybe just, apply myself a little more, just kind of discipline myself a little bit more. But now that you put the question like that, I do have a lot going for myself. So I think the younger me would be proud of me.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. How about you?
Any regrets?
Sometimes, no, not really, because I wouldn't be here if I had any.
Yes.
Yeah, there's moments where I think maybe I should have went away for high school. Maybe if I was, look at high school. Oh my God.
Well, I wish Zoe 101, they went away.
That would have been dope.
That would have been super dope.
But for college, but then I would have never had the work ethics that I have now if I went away for college. Okay. I started working straight out of high school. Even during high school, I was kind of working on part-time jobs. So if I would have went for college, I would have gotten that college experience.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of flexed the whole working and also
And who knows how you would have turned out.
Right. So I'm happy with the way I am. And the way I turned out.
The younger me would be proud of too. I know this is cliche, but I always I wish what I know now. I wish I knew that when I was younger.
Mm.
I think I would be able to complete more and done more. And,
anything specifically?
Just with myself, I would have had more fundas to myself.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm always in my funda. I'm always in my bag.
That's priority.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when I think about it that way, so you remember in high school how I used to be the class clown?
Mm-hmm.
But I was thinking about the other day, it could have been so simple. When we used to get the binder checks, during Advent and stuff. And I used to be this shit is so simple. Fuck it. I'm not going to do it. But it could have been I could have been more than just a class clown and still have my binder together. But it's kind of maybe I didn't know how to balance certain things, or maybe
I
I was a
mean,
kid.
at
I was
least
a kid.
at least you didn't turn into the classroom thought, right?
Oh yeah, that would have been bad. No, no, no.
Super bad. How do you like? You're a girl. You obviously eventually want to get pregnant, correct? Right? And
Yes,
you want to have a family.
of course.
Um, are you scared of having a miscarriage?
Yeah, I mean, I've read like I've read like a lot of different stories. Like I have like this app on my phone where like you track your period, and then there's like little communities where people
Mm-hmm.
just talk about different things. And one of them was just like early pregnancy and like a lot of just women just talking about miscarriages and like they're trying to go for like to have like another baby and they're
Mm-hmm.
just afraid that like
Yeah.
because there's really no explanation like for most of them there's no explanation as to why they had the miscarriage. Sometimes it just happens. Sometimes it could be like age. It could be like a whole bunch of different things.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine like for them that already went through it or kind of like in the midst of going through that, it must be a scary thing. So for me, yeah, like it starts building up in my, in my head.
Do you
Like,
think it's just as scary for the guy, for the baby daddy?
ooh,
Because for me, I think about that sometimes at night. Like having a baby, like what if I don't do the right thing? What if I don't give it the right nutrients or like
like
sometimes I feel
from your sperm, like maybe like your sperm count or something like.
no, not my sperm count. Like when the baby is actually born, like
Ah, okay,
what
okay,
what
okay,
if
okay,
I
okay,
don't?
okay,
I'm not doing the right thing to keep this baby alive or healthy.
okay,
Like
okay.
obviously I'm gonna have my family. I'm gonna have my partner. And then you could go to these classes. I'm sure that, but
But what if you're not doing it? And then they don't come, kids don't come with a manual book. So it's
yeah.
kind of like you got to figure it out for yourself. Or tú no te puedes llevar de la otra gente so much because every body's different, every parents are
Hmm.
different, every genes are different. And just
And
like,
they're so fragile. Like, what if my baby's choking? Like, I
you
can't
can't
hit
even
my
do.
baby. Like. So I'm definitely gonna take a lot of classes, baby classes, and
And
learn a
read
lot of
books
stuff. Yeah.
and read a lot of books.
Like that's damaging to the mind. Something happening to your baby. Like,
But at least
I
you
don't.
want to be like, I'm sorry to cut you off,
It's
but at
okay.
least you want to be like involved in that
Hmm.
sense, Like a lot of dads are just like,
Yeah. I'm not.
I'm the breadwinner. Like I did what I was
Yeah.
supposed
You
to
take care
do.
of the baby. I just bring the money home.
Right,
I don't
right.
want to be like that.
And it has a lot to do with like emotionally, like physically, like you actually carrying your baby and that
Yeah.
physical love. The same
It's
thing for your
scary.
partner. Like, yeah, that's a whole nother like step.
And you gotta make, you gotta put the baby on its back. You gotta make sure there's no like pillows or anything so that it doesn't suffer. Like, like what if you just make one tiny mistake and it's like
That is just kind of
your
just
whole. Do you think that affects like your whole life if losing
oh,
something like that?
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Um, yeah. And then you feel guilty, even like for miscarriages, even like before just having the baby. Like, I'm pretty sure a lot of moms feel that way. Like, what did I do wrong?
Mm-hmm.
Was I actually taking care of my body the way I should have been? What led to that miscarriage? So, yeah, that can be really traumatizing.
Okay. What about when the baby's not born? Like, is it more mentally? Does it fuck you up mentally when, let's say, you lose the baby within a few weeks that you have it?
The miscarriage.
The
Uh huh.
miscarriage, or when it's like already developed in your stomach. Do you think it's the same kind of?
I think so.
It's the same.
I think so. I think that as time goes by, obviously tú te haces más ilusiones, you fall in love with more with like the way things are happening. So, I mean, compared to like the first couple of months to like already when it's developed, then yeah, it'll probably hurt a lot more. But I think the
Okay,
hurt
it's
is
still the
kind of
same.
still equally because there was a chance. There was a chance for that baby to be born, and then it's like
Yeah, it's all
no longer.
poof like the magic trick. What if you're pregnant
Yeah.
and your significant other, your partner, your husband, baby daddy, whatever you want to call him,
Your side piece? No.
nah, goes with the plan B and pushes you down. No, I'm just kidding. By accident, makes you have a miscarriage. How are you dealing with that? How are you mad at him? Are you mad at yourself? Are you breaking up with him because of this whole situation? What's going on?
Mistakenly how like We kind of like, let's say
Let's
I
say,
trip or something, and
oh no, let's say you're pregnant and you guys are taking out something out the car.
Okay.
And he's like,
Trying to rush
he's
you.
no, he's like, move out the way. So he threw like, I could do this, I could do this. And because it's so heavy or whatever, he's like, poof, and
And
he
then you
hits your
fall.
stomach and you fall. Like he obviously wasn't expecting you there. He was just trying to carry out whatever was
Right.
out the car because it was so heavy. But it ended up causing you
The
guys your baby.
miscarriage.
Yeah.
Damn, that's tough. I mean, like ultimately, I think, yeah, I think the like that is gonna go straight to like you caused this kind of pretty much.
Okay, so
But
you're gonna blame him for the
of
rest.
course, because you're in the moment.
So you're
But
gonna hold that against him?
no, probably at the moment, yes, but no, like it wasn't like he
Wasn't on
pushed
purpose.
me.
Okay.
Right. But in the moment, it's like, yo, like if you would have just let me do what I had to do, that's my first instinct. I don't know. I've never been through a situation like that, but it wasn't his fault. It wasn't his fault.
Like if
I wouldn't hold that. Like
if I was the one that I don't know.
you would hold yourself accountable.
Yeah, I would. Just because I should have double checked, regardless, and I don't know.
See, but
Maybe
that's
it's on the both of us, but
yeah.
it would obviously it's my fault, regardless if it was by accident or on purpose.
We don't think about it too much, but you guys be going through some like mental shit too.
Yeah, we do. There's a perfect opportunity.
Yeah.
Since the misogynistic person is not here.
He would have been like, nah,
the
nah,
anti-feminist. Just kidding, Abby. We love you. We
love
miss you.
Yes. But you guys do go through like a lot of stuff, and I think that's something like that females don't acknowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's so easy to put the blame on like the guy. Like I be watching like Teen Mom, or like I even picture myself like while I'm giving birth, I'll be like, this shit is all your fault, like all this pain. But like, little do you know, he's probably like
He's
going crazy
yeah.
too. Like, yo, babe, like what can I do to make you feel better? Like, and we're just
And
like,
girls are really, whether pregnant or not, you guys are the worst.
yeah, we're kind of crazy. Yeah, so I think us females, we should like kind of sit back and understand that guys do go through like certain things too. And although we be PMSing and all that extra bullshit that causes us to be the way we are,
Yes.
we got to sit back and kind of,
Okay.
especially if you have a great guy, not some assholes or like all those other guys we spoke about in the previous episodes where it's like, oh, I'm gonna do my shit and I'm gonna come back. No, not those, but like the actual gentlemen, the one that like open the door for you, that they make sure you they want the best for you. Yeah.
Okay. And just to confirm, so if it was an accident, you're not breaking up with him?
No.
So now, what if it's on purpose?
Oh man, why the fuck am I with this guy?
Are you calling the police? Are you staying with him still?
Nah.
Are you gonna be in denial? What's going on?
No, you can't be in denial, because once you let that shit like slip up the first time.
Okay, I got a different scenario.
Okay.
Finish that one.
No, but yeah, like once you're in denial about that the first time, there's no telling. Like, let's say for example, he puts his hand on you the first time.
But just like a push, like, you know what, just leave me alone. He pushes you, but with the strength, he pushed you a little too hard.
I don't know, like how did I come out too? Like it depends on like,
I don't know. Regardless, if you know that she's pregnant, I don't think you should.
Yeah, no.
You shouldn't put your hands at all.
Right. Let's keep that clear.
Woman, yes.
Let's keep that
at
clear.
all. But especially if you know you shouldn't do that.
Right.
So now my other scenario was gonna be, what if you know you're pregnant? You haven't told him yet.
Okay.
And you guys are having an argument, and he pushes you out the way because he's upset. He's like, leave me alone. How's that whole situation going down?
All right. So he said, leave me alone.
He said you guys were arguing. So let's just say you started it. You got mad at something completely unnecessary.
But that's where like an argument shouldn't escalate to that point. Like you should know, like I need to either remove myself from the situation.
Good point.
Or I need to give him some space, like, because then at the end of the day, leave me alone is gonna escalate to like us verbally, disrespecting each other, and depending, because you don't, I could be dating you, I don't really know what you're capable of. It can eventually get physical, and we don't know because we've never been on that situation, but you never want to get to that situation. So remove yourself, especially you as a woman, if you know like certain shit is gonna go down or you don't know how he's gonna react, remove yourself from the situation. Avoid that
Okay.
escalating so far.
Well, you think you'd be a good mother?
I think so.
Okay. Why you think you'd be a good mother? What makes you qualified to be a good mother?
The way I love the way whether it's like people or just like animals, just like I think I have that motherly in me.
Motherly love. Okay.
Also, like I was raised for the majority of the time by my grandmother, and I saw like a lot of things that she provided for me that God, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her, or like certain things that my mom gave me or that I needed from my mom. And I think with those certain tweaks for my own child,
Okay.
I could be an awesome mom.
Okay. Awesome, mom. Okay.
Yeah, mom of the year.
I think I'd be an awesome dad
Yeah, I
too.
wanted
A
to ask you
daddy, a father. I'm
what
good.
qualifies you.
I'm good with kids. The kids love me. I guess because maybe my height, I'm a little bit short and I look like a kid. But yeah, they always love me. And then like I love playing with kids. I love making them food, little snacks with their little fruits and their little sandwiches cut and
Cut
try.
in half.
And then I just like spending time with them. And then the whole thing about the whole baby thing that I said before, like that's the only part that I'm just afraid of, like not doing the right things to keep that baby healthy or my baby healthy. So I just hope to do the right thing and get as much knowledge and as help from my family and my significant other, so we can
Right.
raise this healthy baby.
And
And then nothing happens to
yeah,
her.
it's also like a team thing. Like if you're like good, and I guess that's why a lot of these kids end up turning the way they do because they don't have that stable home. Whether it's like, let's say your parents being like the perfect like grandparents, because we look up to grandparents and so on, but you and your partner, like it's a team thing. Like I'll learn certain things that I didn't know, I'll share it with you. Maybe she'll read about certain things or kind of like, all right, babe, don't worry. Like, I'll change the diaper. Like, I got you, or I'll teach you, this way. And then you'll be more of a like, oh, let's do this as a family. You can teach her certain things that maybe you learned, and then she can do the same for you.
For sure, for sure. And like when you see like your family or your friends, they having kids, and it looks like so easy, like they're
Yeah.
raising, but you don't know what they're going through.
behind the
Yeah,
doors, yeah. And you're
So-
only with them for like a good like half an hour.
and it's tough. Like I know for a fact that whenever they get the chance to be like with their family or other friends, and they want to take care of the baby for a little bit, they bang la gloria.
Yeah.
Because they're like, thank you, Jesus.
I needed that break. Which that's where like having good families comes into. Like people like I wouldn't trust my kid with like
With anybody,
yeah,
yeah.
just anybody. That's another thing.
That's a big
But
fact.
see like somebody like my grandmother that like raised me, my sister, my cousins. I think parents also need to like remember like we're still like a couple. We're still partners with each other. Like you might need that little space from not forgetting that you're a parent, because you never forget, like that shit is always going to be in the back of your mind, but kind of like it's kind of you and me time, and then we can go back to like being parents.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. What about when your kids get older, especially if you have a female? And knowing, I don't know about your life, Marielle, but knowing what you know about yourself when you were young, how are you gonna approach your daughter?
Open communication.
Open communication. Communication.
And communication is key. No, just making sure she's like comfortable like telling me certain things, or like I'm not gonna be like dumb and like be like or oblivious to the fact that she's a teenager. I'm gonna give you I'm gonna give you freedom.
A little space.
Yeah, but it's not gonna be we're not tied down, because when you tie the kid down,
That's when they get even worse.
yeah, like I'm gonna do like put it this way. The reason I went to our high school is because it was in the city. So I can get that little bit of space. Like my grandmother used to walk me every day to junior high school. And looking back now, that's such a blessing.
Of
Like,
course, of course.
if
We take those
anything,
things for
yeah,
granted.
I want
Yeah.
my grandmother to walk me to work every day. But like at that moment, I was like, no, like I'm gonna go to a high school in the city so I can take the train by myself and I can have like that little time limit for me to hang out and do what I have to do. So yeah, like I want to give them space to be teenagers, but also like remember what teenagers are like. Us as teenagers, but also like imagine like what 15 years from now, maybe 20 years from now when we actually do have kids, like how crazy are things gonna be then? Like are you scared for like the future with your kids? Like
Hell yeah.
seeing the way shit is going now.
I,
Just
I just
imagine.
remember like being in middle school and even elementary school, like the things I used to get away with, and all the pictures that I've had, and it's like things are worse now. You got TikTok, Snapchat,
It's a lot faster.
all these things, yeah, and then everything gets like posted like on Google, and it just stays there on the web. The
Yup.
cloud is permanent,
Cause
so
see,
it's
like back
rough.
then, I feel like we had a moment to think about it. Like we had a digital camera. You still got the whole like let's say train ride to think about. I gotta put this on my computer, then I have to like upload it. Now it's just everything is so
Yeah,
instant that
and even before, like people weren't as tech savvy, so you could have sent it, but they weren't saving it or
right.
putting it. But everything gets put up now. You're not safe anywhere, and
Yep.
that's my fear. Like if I have a daughter, like don't be sending naked.
Yeah. Don't.
Don't be sending nudes. Don't be asking for nudes.
Yeah. Not either.
Because that's gonna be crazy.
Your daughter's 14. You go through her phone and you see some nudes.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm gonna let the mother handle it. I'm not gonna go
Okay.
on her phone because,
Okay.
you
Okay.
know, I know that she's probably gonna be doing that because I did it to girls. So how can I trust my daughter not to
Not
do
to
that? You
do
know
it.
what I'm saying? But yeah, I'll leave that to the mother, and hopefully, they have a good conversation, a good understanding, they trust.
Cause kids need the mom as much as they do
Of
the dad.
course.
Like I'm pretty sure like that little girl run to you for certain things that she wouldn't to the mom and vice versa. So
That's how I hope it is. For all the girly stuff, the periods, go to
yeah,
your mom because she knows
she
what.
knows.
All right. And then for other stuff, obviously, come to me.
I
What?
just hope that I'm sorry. I
No,
just
go
hope
ahead.
like that my kids like I want them to have like that childhood. Do you understand that in middle school or like even high school? Like I never did none of that like hooky party like cutting class to do this, but the most is probably go to your sister's house and party and shit. But that was like Friday after school. But I used to like have food fights. I used to make paper balls and like throw them
All the good
across.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like come on, like I don't feel like kids go through that
That's a
now. Like
that's a big fact. I don't
why?
think I ever cut like high school. Everything was always after high school.
After
How it should be.
how it
Like,
should be.
like how you. I never understood how kids or teenage, whatever we want to call them now, high school, they will wake up early. Wake up early. You know
Cut
what I'm saying?
school
To cut school.
and then go back to school.
To go whatever it's about, to smoke a little weed. That there's like 10 people smoking the
The
same
same
thing.
time.
To go back to like, or sometimes they wouldn't even go to school. They would just literally do nothing. Like you woke up so early. Like you should have just went to school or just stayed home.
And
Like don't act like you're gonna go somewhere and then didn't go.
for your mom to then get that phone call. Your child did not
And
come
it's
to
cool. You
school.
could do it once or twice, for the experience or whatever.
Right.
Or if you got like, I remember one time there was the Giants one, and there was, the big parade that they do in New York City. So I was gonna cut school to go to the parade. That's something cool.
Something,
But
yeah.
I
But
didn't end up going. I didn't cut school. I just went to school.
okay, yeah, not something
So
for like
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
don't be a cornball. Or unless you were gonna get some booty,
Then
then.
different back in the days.
Yes.
You didn't have the free.
Yeah. So you had to take advantage. If your mom was working, and that was the only time you could get some booty, then cut school.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
What was your question?
I forgot.
Aw,
But
shit.
since we brought the whole daughter thing, what about if you have a son? Are you gonna how you're gonna be free or you
All
be
the
straight,
freedom for you because
do
you're a
whatever.
boy.
Yeah,
No, no,
text
no.
all the girls you want, text all the news, get all the nudes you want.
Nah. There needs to be some respect too, because see, if you let that slide, then where's the foundation of you respecting women? Like, how do I expect you later on to like come and be like, yo, mom, like I want this to be wifey? Because ya tú creciste con ese pensamiento like that. You know, females are just like,
Are you gonna let, like, obviously when they're older, you're gonna let him bring like as
not just anybody. Nah,
okay,
you better know who you bring into my house. My house is sacred.
yes.
Yeah. If you bringing her past those doors, it's because she
And
means
let's
something.
say you see a girl coming to the house often, and you know you see them. All right, this might be the one, and then he tries to bring like another girl.
Keeping a secret from him.
Are you letting it rock, or you're like no me traiga ninguna otra a mi casa que no sea ella?
Yeah. I'll have that conversation with him. Like, okay, where do you see yourself now? Like, why? Like, kind of, why are you doing this? And then if he's like, oh, then it depends on
Okay.
what he thinks about it.
And with the permission of the female's parents, are you letting her stay over? And are you letting her sleep in the same room as your son?
With her parents' permission, and staying over, same bed. How old are we talking about?
Let's say 18, 19,
Okay,
20.
yeah. Yeah, probably. Depending on how serious she is.
Okay.
But I will sit down with both of them and have that condom protection
Okay.
conversation.
And what about the daughter? If she wants to go sleep at her boyfriend's
I
house?
gotta go to that boyfriend's house and see what the environment is like.
Okay. See what their parents like, see what the
Yeah,
crib's like.
yeah, and obviously I've already met this guy,
Okay.
this boyfriend.
So, are you gonna be snooping on your daughter's phone? I mean, I think that's the only time a woman should snoop, right?
When it has to do with your daughter.
With your daughter's, like if you're not for
Right,
no
not
reason,
for
if
no reason, right?
you're like
A change of
like,
character and stuff. Yeah. Probably. That would probably be the only
and only
snooping I do.
because you knew how you were as a kid, right? Like if you weren't that type of child, then
I
and you
wasn't
don't
that
see
type
your
of
kid also being that type of child, then I don't feel like you should snoop on the phone or whatever. At what age are you giving them a phone, first of all? I got my first phone in middle school. I had a Nextel, and it was with like un plan ahí that it wasted for like a month or whatever,
Yeah.
and then I never got a phone again. Probably till like 8th grade, I had the Sidekick.
Okay.
So that was pretty cool, but yeah.
Yeah, I had mine, I think, 6th grade, 7th grade. And that was because I was in a like Saturday program where like once or twice a year, like we would go to Washington, D.C. and I would like stay overnight and so on. So the communication needed to be there with my parents. But
No, that's good. Like you should give your kid a phone, but don't give them the el nuevo iPhone or whatever. For them, like there's no need for them to have all that. Get them a basic regular phone para emergencia, and that's it. And then when they get a certain age where they want to use social media, then you be like, okay.
like
And then
they'll
use it
probably have like
responsibly.
the iPad in the house. So why do you also need an iPhone to be outside of the house? Like you can get that, that emergency phone, and then when you come back and you want to play apps on your iPad, it's there. That shit is like, oh my god.
There's no need though for like I be seeing kids with Apple Watches, the new iPhone, like more advanced than adults, and it's like
So what if they have that conversation where you like, yo, dad, I feel left out because everybody in my class has an iPhone and I'm like the only one without it. Like
let's say regardless if you have the funds, let's say you're rich, wealthy, whatever. Like I don't feel like just because you have it, you should give them everything. Like there has to be some boundaries, and like just. They're gonna learn the hard way.
Yeah.
I'm not. Everyone in your class has the iPhone 12.
Okay.
You're gonna have the iPhone 5.
Si todo el mundo se tira, like my mom used to, si todo el mundo se tira de un building, te va a tirar tú también.
It's the same thing.
It's kids. Kids is an extra. It's
like maybe when they're young, I'll spoil them a little bit. But then
with
there's
like toys and stuff, like
toys and maybe clothes, cute clothes.
Yeah.
I'm not get designer shit.
No, eso tampoco, because they grow like a whole
They
bunch.
grow out of it so quickly.
So why are you gonna spend all that money?
You really buy those clothes so it could keep going to the next person, hand-me-downs to the next
Mandarlo
person,
para
to the
Santo
next
Domingo, lo
person.
que sea. Like, what do kids in DR know a value of like Jordans and stuff? Or like even a kid now, like, eso lo que va, they're gonna go to the playground and get dirty. I don't get that.
And a lot of the time, like, you could find a lot better stuff, better quality that isn't like name brand or design things.
And you can, and the quantity you can get for it.
Yes, the quantity. The quality is important,
Quality
though.
is important, yeah, but there
The
could be a
quantity is
boundary.
good too.
Yeah, but there could be a boundary, especially when, like we said, they're growing that fast.
For sure.
As a kid, did you go to Chuck E. Cheese and?
Chuck E. Cheese. So here's my thing, right?
Okay.
I've gone to all these things that kids do, right? Chuck E. Cheese. What else? Sky Zone. All these things that kids want to go to or want to do. I've done it. Now, después de viejo, now that I'm older, right? So when I was a kid, there was one time for my birthday, I wanted to go to Chuck E. Cheese. And I never went. My parents never took me. I don't know why. And also, the Heelys. You remember the Heelys?
I had like 2 pairs, bro.
I wanted a pair of Heelys, and I never got them. And then, my nephews were born. And I went to Chuck E. Cheese finally, but I was already old, so but I still had a good time. I'd be playing with my nephews and my niece, and like they have the hoverboards también, which is like Heelys,
yeah.
But it's like why I couldn't go to Chuck E. Cheese? Why I couldn't get a pair of Heelys?
Your siblings are older than you, so they never were they old enough to like take you to these places and just nunca se dio, or was it like
they were?
Okay.
But honestly, I don't really know why they didn't take me or buy them.
Because you're from what I see, you're a pretty good uncle. So I'm pretty sure, like, if your niece was to be like, "Yo, Theo, I want to go to like Playland or something,"
I spoil them all the time.
Exactly. I'm the same way. Well, I don't have it because I'm the oldest.
That's the answer, though, to the question. We didn't have uncles or aunts that are cool like we are.
So that's why we kind of know like the type of parent we would be. Because I have younger cousins, so that's kind of like hit me up or text me and come over my house or whatever. We can do all these fun things, but I feel like our uncles or like
like they were just already old. They just want to drink, listen to old music,
celebrate your birthday party, but they're really the ones partying
with Dominican cake, and I don't even like Dominican cake. Like, give me Carvel ice cream cake.
Oh my god, I don't either. I like ice cream cake too.
But it's cool now. Being with family is always cool, even if they don't take you to Chuck E. Cheese or buy you Heelys.
Yeah. So you know what I want to do? Like something my grandmother was always good at was taking a lot of baby pictures of me and video recording me for like everything, like going to DR, my first birthday, my third birthday.
Okay.
De todo. So you know how I do this whole like thrifting, and I have that like whole channel which should be coming back into play very soon. Something about Marielle.
Ooh, kill him. Ooh.
And one of the things that I actually want to do for my birthday, because it's coming up in like 2 weeks, is just kind of just sit here, drink me some wine, and watch like all of my baby videos.
That is something good.
Because every time I go back and I look at the pictures and I look at the videos, that baby fever goes from 0 to 100. Because my baby's gonna be so cute, baby.
Hopefully. No, just kidding.
Yeah, it also depends on like.
All babies are cute. All babies are cute.
But
there's no such thing as ugly babies.
That's something I want to do. I want to definitely like take a lot of pictures of my baby.
Yeah, that's cool. I want to do like a time lapse for when my baby's born. Yeah, and every year they turn.
Even from like the pregnancy, like that shit is like amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Are you afraid to get pregnant?
I definitely want the experience.
You want that? Like you're looking forward
like
to
I'm looking forward to, and I want a huge belly, but I know that I'm so skinny. I know that I'm so skinny that I don't know if I'm gonna have that huge belly.
Yeah, that's gonna look different.
But once I'm in the hospital bed and I'm dilating.
Besides the baby daddy, who do you want to be there?
My grandma already told me she's a nervous wreck. She didn't do it for my mom. She's not gonna do it for me. So
she's not gonna go?
She's not gonna go inside. Like she'll be there, but she's not gonna go inside the room and see
She don't like that?
No, she didn't do it for my mom.
She'd be like, she's saying, should you imagine?
I don't know. Probably like my godmother or my sister. How about you? I mean, obviously, your significant other is gonna...
whoever she wants. Hopefully she limits it to 2. I don't know how the hospital's gonna be with her, but I would want my mom and my sister.
Okay, they've been through it, and it would be like beautiful for them to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And since I'm the last one who, hasn't had a baby yet. So
Do they pressure you? Like, I feel.
they throw in little jokes here and there, but it's nothing like, yo, you gotta have a baby right now.
You know who's like that?
Who's like that?
My grandmother
Yeah,
from DR.
I guess it's different from the girls' moms. So I don't know. For some reason, they want their daughters to be pregnant.
But look at this.
Kids.
She had 3 grandkids. I don't know. She had 3 sons, 3 kids.
3 grandkids. Okay.
Three boys. She always wanted the girl. Pero entonces todas las nietas le salieron a ella hembra. So she's like, you're already done with school. You already have a stable job. Have a kid. You have your own apartment. I'm like, Grandma, but it takes 2, first of all.
They don't care about your goals. They don't care what you want to do. Nothing. Like, just have a baby.
She's like, you already have your own crib, blah, blah, blah. Bro, but this is her thing.
What's her thing?
If it's a boy, I don't want it. If it's a girl, send it to DR. Yo te la devuelvo cuando tenga 3 años. ¿Tú crees que yo voy a tener una hija para regalártela? No.
Yeah.
I don't even think I'll send her for like the summer by herself to DR. No. With me up and down.
So you made a good point earlier. You was like, you wouldn't leave your child with just anyone. So like, are you going to have a babysitter? Are you like, you're going to be working and so is your significant other. How is that whole thing going to go down? Or are you leaving them with your grandma?
If grandma's still around, hopefully she is.
But
tiene la fuerza.
Yeah, you got to cut your grandma some slack. You can't
tiene la
just
fuerza.
expect her to do the same things that she was able to do with you
with
guys.
Me, I know. That's where I'm kind of selfish. But damn, even like a babysitter. Like I was lucky enough to have a amazing babysitter. And she took care of like almost all my cousins, my sister. But you just don't know now.
Yeah, you just don't know.
Like shit could look clean and nice from the outside, but you don't know the treatment that kid is getting once you walk out that door. Then it's also like, is your kid like terrified and not telling you what's going on, or are they open enough to like tell you something? Like if your kid was to tell you something like, yo, this happened, or más loco que sea, you're gonna believe your kid.
That's a big fact.
I don't understand how a lot of parents like, oh, like even if like they were like a step parent or something, but they're like, oh no, he wouldn't do that to you, or this and this and that. You think I'm gonna really question my kid?
That's a fact. And I always think of the whole school thing. The fact that parents, we leave our children.
It's kind of like babysitting, right?
It is, and it's like you trusting somebody to basically take care of your child for this amount of time. And sometimes, like, there's a lot of parents that are engaged with their child and their teachers, the schools, etc., parent coordinators. And then you have parents who, they're just like, you got to go to school. That's it.
Right, you don't know what class they're taking.
They don't know what class, the teacher, what grade.
Nothing.
And it's like,
That shows a lot
that's
about you
scary.
as a parent.
That's scary.
Which is why I think, like, people like us will make a difference, but then it's like, it's only you and I compared to like
the world.
And then kids having kids. It's like, you don't have that mentality. How are you going to pass it on to your kids?
Are you, they're already in school for a long time.
Okay.
Are you leaving them in after school for like another extra 3 hours? And then on the weekends, like put them on Saturday school, church school on Sunday.
Diablo. No, but that used to happen to us. Like,
yeah,
para la primera comunión.
Like, I was like, you don't love me? Like, what are you doing? But, I turned out right. So I'm like, I don't know if I should do that. I don't want to do that, It's like, let me spend time with them. Let's do other activities. Let's go outside. Let's put them in sports.
Yes. Okay, middle school was fun for me with the after-school activities because we used to have, like, activities, like physical activity, arts and craft. A couple of years ago, one of my first jobs was working with kids, like, summer youth, all that. And when I was going to summer camp or after school programs, there were activities like that. When I started working for like summer youth and stuff, they started changing it. Like literally summer camp was like, it would be like an 8-hour thing. 6 of the hours, they're reading and doing math materials and all this. 1 hour for lunch and 1 hour to be outside. My kid passed all their class. Yes. They're not in summer school. They're in summer camp.
Exactly.
They're not in after school to do more work. They're in after school.
And don't get me wrong, they could learn.
Right.
But like more
there needs to be,
hands-on and
there needs to be a balance.
experiment. Yeah.
So when I was younger and I was in those programs, if it's like that, totally. But also like when you come home, it's not like, oh, la comida está ahí, y yo me voy a ver la novela. No. Like, let's sit down and have, food as a family. Let's do certain things. Pero que...
Because I get it. Like, they work this amount of hours while they're in school, and then they're gonna have to take care of the kids. So like, I get it. Like, you know what? Put my child in all these different programs so that I have time to relax and my child is learning and getting the attention they need. But I feel like like you should still try to spend as much time with your child.
With them. And I like the whole like putting them into sports or like ballet or
and
like
then
certain things
and
like
not just only putting them in sports and ballet, but actually going
to the games. It's not like, oh, sálvate tú si puedes.
Like just get home when you get out and that's it. And then you don't even care what they done. They're probably like the best one in
and you don't even know.
And you don't even know, yeah.
Probably the coach is more of a parent than the parents are.
And sometimes it be like that.
Yeah. And I just feel like, like little things like sitting down with your child and asking them how their day was and everything. Like, eso tiene mucho valor, and a lot of parents don't do it. And okay, you work all day and your child went to school all day, but that's literally like half an hour of your day where it's like, tell me, what did you learn today? What did you eat today? What do you want to eat tomorrow?
Or sit down, do a little bit of homework.
Yeah. Aunque tú no lo sepas, Google that shit, yo.
That's a lot of. Sometimes it's not even the parents' fault because a lot of immigrants and stuff, so they don't know. So sometimes I just wish I could just help everybody.
Yeah,
I
especially knowing the community we come from. There's a lot of that.
And then what also gets me upset is like when a female, it didn't work out with the first baby daddy for whatever reason. They have a kid. And they meet somebody else, whatever. But before they're a mother, they're the lady, they're the person's girlfriend or whatever. Like
and that
yes, that kills me inside all the time. Like you would rather make sure that your boyfriend comió, he ate, rather than if your child got food in his belly or whatever.
Their priorities are not straight.
And I've also seen that a lot, and it's like, how you gotta be una madre antes de mujer.
Cause dick está por todos lados.
That's not funny. Dick is everywhere.
Everywhere. Your child, like, how many people can't have kids and are dying for like a kid,
or die when they have kids and don't get
to experience that. Exactly. And it's just like, you over here, como que no te dolió. Como all that hours in labor and that pushing or that C-section or just a possible miscarriage meant nothing to you. Ladies, I've been saying this. We gotta get it together, man.
Get it together, ladies.
Oh, man.
Yeah. It was
good combo.
Yeah, it was a good stuff.
Abby was missed for sure.
Abby. You were missed, Abby.
You were.
Hopefully, party man Ab, right? Hopefully you learn your lesson.
We love you.
Right? We love you. We miss you. And come back already. Marieli?
Our conversation was...
Yes, our conversation. Yeah,
it was good.
It was nice. It was nice to get to know you, Marieli.
It's a pleasure.
Yes. Where can your future children find you, Marieli?
Something about Marieli at Instagram and YouTube. How about you?
Okay.
With significant others.
You can find me at Jose _. That's MMJOSE _ on Instagram. You can also follow the show at Cama Lounge on YouTube,
TikTok,
Instagram, Spotify, iTunes, whatever. We taking over. And you can also find me on YouTube and Instagram at the Super Four Bros. That's the Super FOH Bros on YouTube and Instagram. I play Warzone, Call of Duty, Cold War, whatever, with our co-host who's not here, Abby, and sometimes my other boys. So check us out there. We make funny content.
I'm about to hop on there real soon.
Yes. Yeah. Hopefully she joins us soon. So, guys, thank you guys for watching.
See you next time.
And we see you guys next time.
Bye.